Okay, if you like bars, pay attention. So outspoken, always got detention. Not to mention.
What's going on, people? Back at it again. It's your boy CinaMatics. This video is about 3 ways that you're gonna help beat your depression. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm not even gonna lead up to it or build up to it. I'm just gonna jump right into it because that's what you came here for. You came here to learn how you can beat this depression. You've realized that you're depressed. What should you do? Well, if you're not sure, you're in the right place. I'll be showing you 3 ways that can help you get out of your depression or your depressive symptoms a lot quicker. Now, we've all had those days when nothing just goes right or nothing feels right. It's like the world is against us. Or maybe we thought about something in the past that really triggered us, really made us feel some type of way. It's okay to experience those feelings. It's natural and it's normal. I always recommend to my clients and my peers to feel your emotions entirely, the good and the not so good. The real problem begins when we start to revisit and continuously revisit these uncomfortable feelings. Sad and angry feelings can do a number to you and your mental health. So if you feel the type of way and you're depressed all the time, or you keep thinking about a situation in your past that happened and it really makes you sad, that continual thinking about it and replaying it over and over and trying to change it's going to do a number on your mind. So how can we get out of the funk? What things can we do to feel better or give ourselves a boost? Well, number 1, I would say nature. Bring yourself in nature. Take a walk or go out in nature. Go sit at the park or go to the beach. Go by the water, go by the lake. Anything nature-driven is something you should do. I cannot stress how important this is. Even if you don't like nature, you've never been outside or anything like that, just go to the park. Have a sit down in a park, because just being outside and breathing and really being to appreciate the little things in life that we take for granted because we're always ripping and running and going all over the place. We really don't take time to appreciate the fact that we can breathe, we can walk, we can see, we can think, we can speak. These are things that some humans don't have the capability or the ability to do. And we take these things for granted because, oh, somebody broke my heart. Oh, hey, my man cheated on me. Or, hey, my friend stabbed me in the back. Not to say any of those things won't make us feel bad, but we also take for granted the things that we do have. We want a bigger butt. We want a better body. We want a better face. We want all of these other things instead of just appreciating what we have. I think being in nature, you get to really appreciate the small things. You're looking at the trees, the flowers, the people playing. You really get to look at life differently. If there's one thing that I appreciated about COVID, it was that it just stopped everything. It gave us a chance to stop and breathe somewhat for a moment. I know that appreciating the many beauties of nature has helped me personally. If I felt depressed or I felt some sort of way, I felt trapped, like it actually helped me explore one of my hobbies, which is now turning into one of my jobs, so to speak. It's photography. And I love nature because of its healing properties. Like when you go to the water, for some people, it's healing. When you go in the woods, it's for some people, it's healing. When you play with animals or whatever the case may be, some of those things are very healing and therapeutic to people. So I developed a great talent, as you can see by some of my photos here, just being able to capture nature in its purest form. And none of these photos are photoshopped, meaning that they're not altered, the colors are not changed. These are photos that I've taken purely, strictly from my camera. That's if you care. You're not a purist, you wouldn't really care about that. But once again, I love nature. It restores my mind. So maybe that could be something that you should try whenever you're feeling in a funk. The second thing that I would recommend that you try is to exercise or do something physical. Now, I know this one is hard if you're feeling like slothy. I don't know if that's a word, but we're going to go with it. So if you're feeling slothy, physical activity can definitely be the remedy. Why? Because being physical or working out or exercising helps to release endorphins. And if you don't know what endorphins are chemicals that is released in our brains that make us feel good. So whenever we work out, our body releases endorphins. That's why when you're doing physical activities, you feel good. You don't feel bad when you're doing it, you feel good. Something very key that can help you get out of the funk. Go do some push-ups, go do some sit-ups. Go do some jumping jacks. Just do something to get the blood flowing and get the blood moving. You don't have to train like you're training for the Olympics, but just taking maybe 10 to 15 minutes out of your time could help you get out of that funk. The last thing to do is to be kind to yourself. Now, I know this sounds funny, but whenever you feel like life has gotten you down, or you've been dealing with a lot of trouble, or you feel like nothing is going right, you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be caring to yourself. You can't beat yourself up. You can't be hard on yourself. You can't push things aside. You have to take the time with yourself like you do with a child. Think of yourself as the parent and the child all in one, right? So when you're going through something, you have to have the emotional intelligence as the parent to discipline, so to speak, or show the child how not to respond and not to get stuck on certain things. So if that doesn't make sense to you, what I'm saying is this. A lot of times we are not kind to ourselves. We don't say nice things for ourselves. We're mean to ourselves. We don't give ourselves credit. We don't pat ourselves on the back. We don't celebrate ourselves. We don't love ourselves. The list can go on and on and on. Don't try to rush through the depressive state, or just say, hey, let me just stay busy, or let me do things so I don't have to think about it or worry about it, because that actually does the adverse thing. It actually makes it worse for you when you're trying to heal. Just give yourself some time and give yourself some space to get out of the funk, and don't hold on things in the past for too long. Now, if you hold on for things too long, they're going to continue to come back, and the cycle of depression is going to continue, and you don't want that. I don't want that. You don't want that. This video is about depression and 3 things that you can do to help get out of your depression. But in my next video, what I'm going to be doing is introducing anxiety to you, what it is, why do people get it, how to deal with it, etc., etc. So please continue to support this channel. If I'm providing any value or helping you beat the depression or battle the depression, please subscribe, hit that like button, thumbs up, and hit the notification button so you can be notified whenever I post new content. I greatly appreciate it. Please get out of the depression, because tomorrow is not promised. We only have today. We only have now. Love you. See you soon.